Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. I blog every day at kjaggers.com. That link is below. I would love it if you visited. So at the end of every month, I like to do like a reflecting video with a reflecting blog post. The blog post is really, in detail, as is this video, about the, month we're just coming out of. So I can't believe we're moving into March. It's absolutely insane. The older you get, the faster time goes by. I don't know why it works that way. It just does. So, February was obviously the month of love with Valentine's Day. And, I loved seeing all the hearts on Pinterest and all the Valentine videos and all the flowers and stuff on Pinterest. It was amazing. And we also had the Super Bowl before actually Valentine's Day. And my family really enjoyed that. The boys were all downstairs and I made some snacks for them. It was a good Sunday. For Valentine's Day, let me kind of switch back and forth for a second. Scott and I planned on going to a Brazilian steakhouse. And the one that we have been to a lot of times totally like closed down. I'm not sure why, because it was really good food. And the only one that was closed that I was really interested in eating at was in Asheville, which is, over an hour just one way. So I didn't want to leave the kids home that long. They can stay home by themselves, but I didn't want to do that. And, we could go to, I don't know, Red Lobster or TGI Fridays, whatever, anytime. So I just didn't want to eat out if we weren't going to that Brazilian restaurant. So I cooked at home. We spent the day with the kids, and it was still a wonderful Valentine's Day. Scott got me chocolate-covered strawberries and, some candy, and I got the boys' candy, and it was still just, a wonderful Valentine's Day. And it was actually like the first Valentine's Day that we have been able to spend with Zane, so it was definitely special and full of love. I talked about this already a couple times in some other videos, but in February, I was having like major schedule issues, not being productive, time like going by in the blink of an eye without, me accomplishing all my tasks or, getting everything done that I wanted to do. And it was just really hard for me. And I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's some depression. Maybe it's some anxiety. I don't know. But I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't getting much done. And I think maybe, obviously not sleeping well definitely plays a part in, how much I get done during the following day. I thought the sun was setting too early. I still kind of feel that way. In a nail polish video I just put up, it was so beautiful. And today it's a little bit cooler, but the sun, I really need that time change to happen because the sun matters to me. I need a lot of sunlight to feel good and to feel like I can, I don't know. I just need the sun and it just makes me feel better. I'm very seasonal. And, the winter months are a little more depressing. I mean, no matter what kind of mood I'm in or what kind of things are going on, that winter weather can really like bring you down. I actually did a video about it. It was a fun video, actually. I'll try to link it up here, how to beat the winter blues. And I definitely should have watched that video in February. But I didn't allow it to linger too long. I noticed the pattern. I could tell with my planning. I could tell with the house. I could tell with the stack of emails in my inbox that I need to reply to or go through or, whatever. The videos that I wasn't getting posted, I could tell that things were a little bit off. So I really worked hard at working in my planner, writing out that to-do list, and no matter how I felt, I just went with it. And, I can't tell you that I was happy every time I was doing something. I wasn't. I can't tell you that life was so much better because I started writing down tasks again and started checking them off. But the routine really helped me. It helped me focus back on what's important, and kind of, even if I was feeling in a little bit of a funk, if I was just kind of low and down, even, the regular tasks that are so mundane of cooking dinner and, just going through the process of making sure everybody has what they need, and getting laundry taken care of and all of that, it wasn't always done with a smile on my face. But I was happy that I was getting more done. I was happy that I was starting to feel better, because, when you have stuff that's cluttered or you have tasks that you need to get done, it does become stressful. The more you put it off, the more stressful it gets. So I was starting to feel a little bit better just with the overall appearance of our home and catching up on some of the stuff that I really needed to do. Another thing that I did a lot in February was keep my phone on silent. Sometimes when those notifications start coming in, I jump like 6 feet up off the couch. They scare me to death. I don't want my phone ringing loud all the time. Now, if I'm out and about and I'm scared I'm going to miss one of my kids or my husband's call or some important call, I'll definitely turn it on or up. But I would really like my phone being on silent. It just works better for me, and that's great. And it just went off again. So that's actually kind of helped. I don't know why I had so much anxiety with the, and I know I can switch the sounds, but, just when those notifications come in, it just like somehow scared me. I don't know why. But, in addition to that, I stopped reading as much. I'm not going to say completely, but as much. It's not a daily thing anymore on those hate sites. So many of you guys were like, just don't read it. It's so hard not to read it. Because you don't want people saying mean, terrible things about you, or getting, quote, your story wrong. What really, some of the things that I was reading were so like out of left field and so wrong. Like even recently, like I checked it a few days ago, or I checked one of them, and it said that we're blowing our tax money, and that's freaking hilarious. We don't get tax money back. We have to pay the government more every year. So we are not blowing tax money because we don't get it. And comments like that made me realize that people only see what I show them, and then what I show them, they try to spin it to fit what they want me to be, like, and how they want me to be. They really are not in my home. They're not paying my bills. They're, I put myself out there, and I know not everyone's going to like me, but they're still not, like a force in my life where they really matter. Some things they've gotten so wrong that I felt like I needed to address them, but it was kind of weighing me down. And I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to get on camera and probably say stuff I shouldn't say, or I'm not going to look perfect every day. Like, that shirt is lopsided. I mean, it's driving me crazy. I'm not going to, be perfect all the time. I'm never ever going to, get everybody to like me, and I get that. I understand that. So through February, I worked really hard at staying away from those as much as I could. And when I did read it, not taking it to heart as much. Some of the comments have actually been like life-changing in some kinds of ways. I'm not going to say exactly which ones, but there have been, kinder comments that address something that, obviously I didn't realize, or something that kind of worried me that I wanted to check on. And so, you got to take stuff like that with a grain of salt. And I realized that in February. So I worked better at keeping like those, negative energies, from really like invading me. And that kind of lifted my spirits as well. Another thing for February, for most of February, I don't know if it was for all of February, but I think it was for most, I have been Mountain Dew free. For those of you who don't know, Mountain Dew is a citrus kind of soft drink with lots of food, lots of high fructose corn syrup, lots of yellow dye, lots and lots of crap that is not good for us. And I was reading like it was like one of the worst soft drinks in America. And I really love it. I would drink it right now if I'm trying to make a better decision, but it's so hard because I really do love it. My body loves it. So maybe that's kind of like brought down my energy level a little bit. Not really sure, but I have been doing really good with no Mountain Dew. I am still drinking Coke, but I'm not drinking Coke as every single meal or all day long. I'm trying to incorporate more water. And I just don't like water, you guys. But I do put fruit and lemon and stuff in it. And that kind of helps. I've been having more smoothies. I have been having more juice. Almost anything to keep me, sorry for shaking the camera, anything from getting into the soft drinks. But I still have probably 1 Coke a day, maybe 2 on, like a busy day or something. I might. If I pick up fast food, I usually don't order water. But I've also been drinking sweet tea. And, I have to buy a lot of sugar because I'm making sweet tea and we're using it for coffee and we're using it for baking and all that. But I really want to dial back on that as well. So I have been trying like tea with honey, but that's not good for sweet tea, at least not in my opinion. It's good for hot tea. But I've also been doing like the 50-50 sugar and Splenda blend, but I'm scared of those sweeteners because of everything I've read about them, and I don't really know which sweetener is good, and I hate Equal, and I hate Sweet and Low. Splenda really doesn't do it for me. Stevia doesn't do it for me. But I'm really trying to dial that back, and hopefully as we move on into next month, I will do better with that. I don't know. I also didn't film as much in February, but I think I explained why. It was just, a myriad of different reasons that was just kind of pulling the camera away from me. I just didn't feel that comfortable, but I'm doing better. In February, I started a book by Bob Goff, and it's Love Does. It is so charming, and it's definitely, spiritual. It is such a neat book, and I love it, and it's inspiring, and it reminds me of what's important. I'm about halfway through with this, and this is basically my second floor book, and I know you're thinking, what? Well, I keep 1 book upstairs that I am reading, and I also keep 1 book downstairs on the first floor that I'm reading. The first floor book that I'm reading is Pretty Happy by Kate Hudson, and it's a really good book. It's actually teaching me a lot. It teaches you to be body smart, and it has a lot of quizzes in it that will kind of help tell you what kind of body type you have. And there's lots of recipes. She recommends, if you're a sugar addict, that you go 5 days with no sugar, period. I think it was my best friend or my daughter, my older daughter, I don't know which, was telling me, oh, look, in the book, that's my bookmark, be smart, vote Democrat. She didn't think 5 days was enough, and so I'm not really sure. She's like 5 days turns into 7 days, turns into 9 days, turns into 15 days, and I'm sitting there thinking, really? It was my daughter, our daughter. I was like, I'm never going to put sugar in my coffee again. How depressing is that? And she's like, well, I just drink mine black. Laura said that to me. And, when you know better, you should do better. I'm trying to do better. I'm not perfect at it. I do not have the best eating habits, but I'm being more conscious, at least right now. And then there comes, I've been doing a lot of thinking in February, like, what do I do? Do I clean the pantry out completely and stock it with healthy foods and force my family to suck it up? Do I still buy a lot of the snacks, the sugary snacks that the kids eat, and let them try to make their own choices? Which, if I have a bowl of grapes and bananas and in another bowl, I have Doritos and Ho-Hos and all the stuff we honestly like in this house. You know which one my kids are going to go for. I mean, sometimes they'll go for the fruit. 9 times, they're really going to go for the junk food. So, you know, I am trying to figure out how to tackle it family-wise. The kids are 13. They do not chip in towards the grocery budget whatsoever. So should they even get a vote? In a way, I think not. But I don't want to be terrible, and you know, I've got to find that balance, and I've been trying to figure that out in February. It's not easy when you have a whole family that's used to eating a certain way. It's hard to change it. I grew up on the food that I cook. I grew up with grandmothers making big, hearty meals, and I know that meat has a lot of pH in it, or it makes your body very acidic, and we eat a lot of meat. I like meat. Scott likes meat. Our kids do, but I'm not going to cut that out completely. I don't think from them. Now, I really like vegetables, so could I go meat-free? I tend to think I could. I don't know. I've never tried it. So I'm just trying to balance that all out and then start the plan. Like, I don't want to, like, start everything with a kitchen full of junk food. And, you know, it's really hard because I don't want to punish anyone else. I think we could all, like, get a little bit healthier in our home. I'm hoping with summer we'll be out hiking and swimming and all that more, and that'd be good for everybody. But we're probably going to be moving, and that's going to be, you know, busy and time consuming, and it's going to take a while to get on a true schedule. But I'm trying to eat, like, more smaller meals throughout the day, which, you know, I really could go without eating all the way up till dinner, which is terrible for my body. And it's terrible, you know, because of the energy, obviously, not the food energy in there. And then from dinner on, I'm eating, you know, in my bed sometimes. You know, I'll have a snack while I'm watching something. And I've really got to work on all that. And so, yeah, I've been working on that in February. Now, speaking of the TV, I have a lot of movies. Now, I have said for a long time, it's kind of like the meat, that I could totally do without the TV, and I could. I like silence. I'm very noise sensitive. I'm sensitive to the dogs barking. I'm sensitive to the mowers. I'm sensitive to a lot of sound. Loud kids, I'm sensitive to. But, you know, at night, a lot of times I do like to watch a movie to fall asleep, or Scott and I would like to, you know, enjoy a movie on a Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon when he's home. So we do watch TV. It's just, you know, I have it on, but I'm somebody who has it off. But if I have the TV off on the first floor and I'm working down there doing something in the kitchen or, you know, at the computer, a lot of times my family takes that as a signal of come in and turn on the TV. They can have it now because it's off. I'm not watching anything. So the TV does seem to be on a lot in our house. And I watched a lot of good movies in February. So Suffragate, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is about women's rights, and it was a great, great movie. It was sad, though. Bridge of Spies I watched, and it was a little disappointing. I love spy movies. I used to joke that I lived by Russian spies. They probably were not spies, but I like to kid about it. And that movie was a little disappointing. It wasn't one of my favorite movies. Love the Coopers. Kind of disappointing. I love Diane Keaton, but it wasn't one of my favorite movies. Spotlight. Oh gosh, Spotlight was hard to watch. I grew up Catholic. I mean, I don't know. One side of my family was Catholic. The other side was Baptist, but the one side that was Catholic kind of switched back to Baptist. I went to Catholic school some. Spotlight is about priests molesting boys. And it was a really good movie. It was, you know, more of a journalistic approach to it, and it was good. It was good. The Secret in Their Eyes with Julia Roberts, really good. I enjoyed that movie. One of my favorite movies in February was Creed. I am a huge Rocky fan. I can basically repeat lots of different parts from all of his movies. I love the Rocky movies. And I was wondering how they were going to bring Rocky back because, you know, Sylvester Stallone is getting older. And I love the idea of Creed's son and all of that. It was great. Another movie that I liked that kind of shocked me was The Danish Girl. You know, transgender is a subject I'm not going to really get into a whole lot, but it's definitely what the movie is about. It was so beautiful, and it was sad, it was touching, it was an amazing story, and I don't know, it was tragic as well, and the costumes and the areas that they filmed in was just so beautiful, and I loved it. Another movie that I loved that broke my heart was Miss You Already. Oh my gosh, you guys. Drew Barrymore, Toni Collette. It was so good, so sad, so amazing. I probably won't watch it again, though, because I cried so much during that movie. Another movie that I watched was All Roads Lead to Rome, and it has Sarah Jessica Parker in it. It was cute, romantic comedy. I liked it. I watched Steve Jobs, and that was really good. It was really, really, really good. Also, I watched Brooklyn, and that was about a Irish immigrant moving to the United States, going home, deciding if she was coming back, not only to a new country, but to a new relationship, a new marriage. And that was really, really good. The Big Short, that was good. I still don't understand why it won 5 nominations for, what was it, Best Movie? I don't know. But I liked it. I just don't think it was one of the best movies. Steve Carell, is that right? Steve Carell, and Ryan Gosling and Brad Pitt were all amazing. The story was amazing of them betting against the housing market, but still, I don't know why it was one of the best movies. It wasn't for me. A couple of old movies I watched was Summersby with Jodie Foster and Richard Gere, one of my favorite movies, when they're getting their tea and she's talking about, you know, telling another man that she would marry him if her husband didn't come back, and they're getting the tea and the sugar cubes, and they're like so close. It was one of my favorite scenes in that movie. Also watched Safe House, one of my favorite movies. Loved Denzel. And I also watched The Debt with Helen Mirren. I've seen those before, but I watched them again. And then I watched Crazy About Tiffany's, which is all about the jeweler. And it was such a good documentary. I loved it. And obviously Downton Abbey and Madam Secretary and a bunch of different shows that come on that I do like. I usually set the DVR so I don't have to like watch all those commercials. I can fast forward through a lot of them. But those were some of my shows and movies that I enjoyed in February. I'd love if you watched any of those movies. Let me know what you thought of any of them. And if you watched any other ones that might be interesting, be sure to let me know that as well. A few other things for February. You know, our bills in February have been off the map. They have been insane. We had an electric bill for, it was $603 for, I guess, February. Or no, I would say that was January, because they bill, I guess, a month after. I don't know. I think it was January. And that was $603. And you know, we are through a co-op, and they are outrageous. And we have 2 air conditioners, and actually the air don't even work up here. The landlord here is something else. But we are through a co-op. There's no other electric company, and they don't let you get like past due. You get like 10 days grace period, and they shut your shit off. And so we had to get that bill paid, and you know, it was absolutely ridiculous, and we got it paid, and I kind of felt relieved because, you know, the bill usually would run $300 to $400 a month for us, and then we got another one in just a couple days ago for like $675, And that's outrageous. I have been so upset about it. I actually sent a picture to my sister-in-law so she could see how high. And let me see if I can pull it up. I'll tell you the wattage it says that we used. Let's see here. I still had to learn to use this phone of mine. Where are my photos? Camera, wrong page. Okay, so let me find it here. Take me a second. Bear with me. I just want you guys to hear this. I'm pretty sure our house is 2,800 square feet. I think that's what it is. And flip around, rotate for me. Okay, so, all right, I'm just going to have to look at it small if it's not going to cooperate. Keeps flipping around the wrong way. Okay, so this past month was, I hate this number, well, it was $666.51, so $666.51 just for the electric. Then we have a subdivision lighting bill of $9.54. Some type of adjustment for $3.80. And that brought it to $679.85. And $603.67 was our last bill. Okay, so last year this time we used 117 kilowatts, which was basically $16.09 a day. This last billing period we used 126 kilowatts, which was $17 in one day. This last bill, we used 159 kilowatts, which is $22.54 a day. And it's just absolutely, like, ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. Except I'm working hard. When I got the first bill, I realized that maybe, I've been talking to my family and my friends. Like I said, I sent that to Trina. I also talked to my best friend. She's like, your water heater, that's the only thing it could be. That's it. And I don't think that's it, but maybe it is. We actually, we did move in another child. So there's, another bath a night and, electricity for his room and all that kind of stuff. TV and Xboxes. I get all that. I do take a large bath every night, but I do wash the clothes on hot. And, I'm not going to wash my towels on cold ever, but I am making more of an effort to wash on cold, even though I hate it. I am trying to always make sure the dishwasher is completely full when I run it, but that's another option of trying to do dishes myself and saving that way. It's insane. I wash clothes generally at night, so I think that's like when the prices of electric are down. I don't know. You can give me any tips you feel like sharing. I went around and unplugged the stuff that we're not using. I'm definitely paying attention. I do keep our water heater pretty warm because sometimes there'll be two people taking showers at the same time in different bathrooms, and it allows for that. And when you turn it down, it doesn't allow for that. So, I am doing my best, but hopefully when we get moved, we won't have bills this high. I'm not convinced we won't. Maybe this is just the cost of winter for us. I don't know. Our water bill wasn't that bad, and all of our rest of our bills have been normal, but that electric bill has been absolutely insane. So I've been dealing with that in February, like I said, in every way I know how throughout the house. Right now, we have everything turned off. No heat, no air. It is what it is. If it's too hot, put on some shorts. If it's too cold, put on a sweater. And I'm praying that's going to work. I don't know. I've also been trying to do my nails more. I have Embrace on right now because, I am on film. I used to go get my nails done. I hated doing it myself, and then I hated going and getting my nails done. So what gives? I took the acrylics off and the wraps, and once my nails grew out, we took the acrylics off. We put a silk wrap on, I believe, to make my nails more strong, and that was great, but I hated going all the time. I hated the prices, so I've been working on them more, and hopefully they look better in film for you guys. Also in February, I went and had my hair done, and I went in, my stylist was out, and I got another one, and she was so nice. She did a good cut. I'm happy with the cut, but she started my highlights like right here, and she thought it would make my root color grow out nicely with it. It was almost an ombre effect, and I hated it. I mean, I didn't hate it. I loved where the highlights were. I loved the effort that she put in, and I will point this out that it was super busy in the salon. She got this side of my hair done first. She was kind of working her way around, obviously, and this side seemed, the dye was on this side longer than it was on this side, and that was just the way it was. And I think it's the way it is for many people who go to the salon, because they got to start on one side, and they don't usually wash out one side before the other. So I noticed the highlights being a little lighter on this side. I didn't like where they started, and that's fine. I gave the okay, and I tipped her well. She was great, on my hair. And she gave me some wonderful tips on how to like do it a little bit better and not have it always looking like, a stringy rat's nest. And so, I'm doing a lot better with it. I am definitely not sleeping on my hair wet anymore, which was a, no-brainer. I got some silk pillowcases. Those little owls are like silky. And I also got some other ones so the hair glides right over it. She thinned it up for me, but I was so unhappy with the color that I went and did it myself. I'm much happier. It does have some, a little bit of warmer shades in it. I just, I know my hair grows out dark. It washes me out so much. I just can't do it. I need to stop thinking I can. So I redid my hair. I hope you guys liked the color. I bet that was, hair drama in February. And, yeah. I don't know. I kind of wish this part of my hair also was cut and it was just like the length it is, but we'll deal with that at a different time. Also in February, we started planning our trip to Indiana. My daughter has a big cheerleading competition, and Ashley today, she sprung it on me like, Mom, why don't you come on Thursday at 7 and come to my showcase? Well, her competitions are on Saturday and Sunday, and we will probably be traveling at that time. So I doubt I'll be able to make it to the showcase, but we might. But we're planning a trip up there. Scott is looking into some other things to do, and I am really excited at the opportunity it might provide us. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm still excited, and I'm hoping that we can get moved up there and get our family together. I mean, obviously this trip isn't going to be that, but we're definitely going to be looking for houses, and we're going to be really busy. So I don't know exactly when we're going to have time to do every single thing, but we're going to hopefully keep our eye out for some houses. He's going to be actually working on Friday, and I'm going to have both boys, and then I'll go to my ex-husband's house and drop off Jackson and let Art meet Zane. And I don't know if Brittany will be there because with competitions, they're practicing every day after school. And, they are busy girls. Those girls are so busy. Brittany has competition in all these clubs and all this stuff she does, and it's just very time consuming for her. And, I'm so excited about getting all the kids together and seeing Laura at the grandbabies, and we've been planning that in February as well. So, exciting stuff. And that's about it. Hopefully I didn't talk your head off and bore you. But, I like to do these, even for myself. I like a monthly recap. And again, on my blog, there's a whole blog post, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm smelling, what I'm eating. And I don't know exactly what day this is going to be live on. I might be in the car traveling and working on that blog post from my car. I hook my little phone up right to my laptop. And I have a plug where I can just, that goes in my cigarette lighter, that I can just plug thing in, like a 3-prong kind of plug. So I might be working on it in the car. You never know what answers you're going to get on those blog posts. It will go with this video. So if you're watching it, head over to my blog if you want to see more. And I will see you very, very soon with a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know how February went for you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I will be back with a February favorites very, very soon. Thanks again for watching.